Good afternoon. Stock market has just closed. The Nasdaq is down significantly. Tech stocks. The tech sector is hurting. Lot of stock market worries. Indeed. How is everybody? Anybody out there jump in this chat? I haven't had people come on with me for a long time. Tonight's improv to chat is the U.S. under some kind of strange, sophisticated attack. Let's get into it. Anybody who's showing signs of paranoia? Let's begin our chat. How about the story that came out relatively recently? Sometime in March, about March 23rd, March 25th, mystery drones kept buzzing U.S. destroyers. This is not conspiracy. This is something that happened. We'll take a look at first story to kind of examine this part of our is the U.S. under some kind of strange, sophisticated attack. Attack indeed. Mystery drones kept buzzing U.S. destroyers off California. This from a David Hembeling of Forbes. He's a South London-based technology journalist, consultant, and author out of Forbes. I'm quoting Forbes. New details have emerged of how mysterious drones harass U.S. warships. Multiple occasions. This was 2019, but whatever. Stories have been followed up. It was the USS Kidd. They were engaged in a training exercise on 10 p.m. on July 14th. Lookouts from the USS Kidd spotted two drones, which they described as unmanned aerial vehicles. Does anybody remember this story? The drones. Wait a minute, this is bullshit. Because they just published that story. Okay. Mystery drones from Popular Mechanics. Well, maybe the event happened then and they're just sort of reporting it in March of 2021. But Tic Tac shaped drones swarmed Navy destroyers. No one knows where they came from. Okay, all right. It was 4 nights in 2019, but that's not ancient history, folks. It's not ancient history. Damn it. I want to know what the hell's going on. This is the first story I'm going with, though. Anyway, it was 2019, but they damn well started reporting it in March of 2021. 2021. All right. Live stream. BB, hey! What's up? I'm talking about Disquarius Green. Talking about the idea, is the U.S. under some kind of sophisticated attack? It's a very uncomfortable topic. We're going into this. Depopulation attack. Ooh. Yes. Yes, that's more like a general taking down by the forces that be. This story I'm kind of combining with that. Is there a yeah. I know the new strange invariants. New strange invariants are out with that. Did you hear the story about the mystery drones that hovered over naval destroyers in California as well? So we'll get to the COVID itself, but definitely there were some other signs that there's something else going on. The drones. Chief of U.S. Naval Operations Admiral Michael Gilday has revealed that drones and other aircraft have raised alarm. Drone swarming of U.S. naval destroyers are causing alarm. I should say so. So this is our first part of. So depopulation would be in the mix. What's really behind the COVID? Yes. Is the drone swarms? Yes. Yes. Hey, I've got 3 listeners. Everybody jump in. We're talking about depopulation techniques. Certainly, when you listen to the, very, shall we say, elite shows and things, they do often talk about the importance of bringing down the population. Ooh. I got the allergies. I got the eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The major search engines blow. The algorithms. Free speech is at an all-time low as well. Awesome to see you, BB. I was wondering what was up. So the unidentified drone swarms. Okay. Anybody got anything else on that? Put it in there. New destroyer will control swarms of drones. So they've got that too. Mystery drones. This is NBC, which is supposed to be an acceptable form of media information. More than this is saying destroyers. Getting that in the chat room. They need time to rewrite the algorithm. That's the drone swarms. Okay, another one on that. All right, so next paranoid thing. What is. It is said to have been an accident, but billions of dollars. Let's talk about the. Jamming up at the Suez. Drone swarm attack. Tic Tac shaped drone swarm naval destroyers. That was the other one, the mystery drones. The next is Suez Canal jammed ship. Suez Canal traffic jam caused by stuck ship cleared. What caused the ship in the Suez Canal? The operations of the Ever Given have said that the vessel ran aground because of high winds of a sandstorm. While shipping experts said that wind might have been a factor, they also suggested that human error may have come into play. Human error, sandstorms. Yeah, remember that? The ship got jammed last month, right? So we're talking about billions and trillions, quadrillions. The Ever Given, okay? But what was up with that? I'm just putting this as that we got this story in the mix. Because the first one we've got drone swarms, and now we got the Suez ship. So you know what I'm getting at here. What's going on? Is this pre some kind of fight? Nobody's sitting ducks. How the Suez Canal economy could even be worse. So it's showing that if BB's out there, so it's showing that the trade could be slowed down. A lot of money. I did witness for myself, and I'm not going to give my political views, but the very popular pundit Tucker Carlson himself, not me. I don't know. No, it was goods as far as I know. I don't think it was the human smuggling, but that would have been cool. You mean like dead bodies? That would be cool. No, it was all more to do with money sabotage. Tucker Carlson himself said we've been told it's an accident. So if you look this up, nobody except for paranoid me is sort of talking about. I mean, could you make money stock market wise by the jam, or what else? Famed architect Helmut John is dead. Op-ed: What the container ship stranded in Suez Canal showed us about globalization. So this thing is huge. It's a floating Empire State Building. The Evergreen had the Ever Given. Weird name for a ship. The Ever Given. Argentine ship. 1,200-foot vessel. Huge. When my neighbor asked if we were sure the giant container ship hadn't been sabotaged. They mentioned that in a conversational piece here. I'll put this in the liner. I'll put this in the chat. It seemed too globally consequential to have been caused by accident, he thought. That it was ultimately freed by a lucky alignment of sun and moon doesn't instill confidence in the global order and that we all rely. So this was a lot of money involved. A similar statement fed rumors last year that the coronavirus was an intentional Chinese ploy. Americans are conditioned to imagine threats as hostile and believe a big military will keep us safe. But it won't when we talk about global trade. food supply. I don't mean to cast aspirations, but apparently a lot of the land for farming is owned by Mr. Bill Gates of the Bill Gates Foundation. Here we go. That's the container ship story. Ooh. Evergreen, like Soylent Green is people. Soylent Green is people. Yeah, Saturday Night Live did that. Very funny bit. Yeah. So this is our next part. The reflection's hitting my eyeballs. That's why yeah, the evergreen. Yeah, a distraction, yeah. Or what's going on? Is it so this guy mentioned sabotage in a conversation. Our citizens fight disinformation. Don't spread disinformation. I'm not saying for sure that I know that the giant container ship was nothing but an accident. Suez crisis will become unstuck. The real security crisis is conspiracy theory people. Like me. I didn't really say I was. I'm just saying. Okay, so this is our second paranoid thing. Countries and companies should wake up to the political risk of shipping and supply chains. Suez crisis of 2021 is upon us. The canal is closed. This was at the time. Crisis may strike some as the wrong way. The current blockage apparently arose from adverse weather conditions. Oh, yeah? That's what you say, Bloomberg. Coronavirus is is also, of course, another paranoid thing that makes us wonder if there's a sabotage, or many believe it's a wider problem. Malthusian population control. Rising tensions are not inevitable. So, could some spies and saboteurs from a foreign power have set it up so the container ship jammed in the Suez veiled threat? Hey, Mela Fortia is on. We're talking about, is there kind of a thing going on where there's a weird, weird mid and increasing higher intensity secret attack on the United States. First story I referenced is the strange one about the drones that swarmed destroyers out in California. You can't kill them all. How you doing, Ufaron? New to the Stosh channel. Hey, we've got 5 listeners. We've got the brilliant Mila on board talking about this. The next story of paranoia that I brought in is the jammed up ship in the Suez affecting the trade for billions. Billions and billions. Billions and billions. Good to see you. So yeah, oh wow, I really got the allergy bag eyes today. Hope I look distinguished. Thanks for the thumbs up. So, and the next, okay, so we got the drones, we got the Suez attack. And now, of course, we have to get into the deadly coronavirus that continues to affect the world. Not funny. Accusations fly. The Wuhan lab. Listen to Newsmax or Fox or whatever ones. Different guys will come on and say there's more to it. What is up with the Wuhan? Was it in the Wuhan market? Simply a natural phenomena that happens from time to time that uh, there's a jump from other species into humans, and it was just natural. Then there's been accusations that the Chinese government didn't inform the Americans soon enough. There was a Harvard professor that was arrested with two Chinese nationals. Let's take a look at that story. If it's in relation, it sure was pretty kind of on the down low. Oh, I just hit the Google store by mistake. Okay. FBI, Harvard professor and two Chinese nationals charged in Boston, Harvard. Hiding China ties. How did this play into the story? We don't let this go on the Stash channel. I lost 2 viewers already. People don't have patience because it's the best channel on the internet, sort of. Two Chinese nationals and Dr. Charles Lieber. This guy is a big shot. We leave the story in here. How are you, Ufarmrung? Ufommon. That's from the Justice Department itself. A story that's gone away, more or less. Harvard professor charged with hiding ties. Why? What does that mean? And payments. Hiding his involvement in China's Thousand Talents Plan, a program designed to lure people of knowledge of foreign technology and intellectual property to China. Anyway, it did. Don't know what became of this story. Anybody got on tracking this story? Give me a shout. Ties to Wuhan. Nothing personal against people of China, the ordinary people of China. Just looking at the bigger picture of war or population control, like BB was talking about. To Chinese military people. Somebody's jamming me. Anybody remember that story? Maria Bartolona brought it up. More than 900,000 people have died from this coronavirus. Maybe they should be looking into this story a little more instead of emotional, sappy stories about the corona. We've all lost our friends and loved ones around the country from this. Enough sentimentality. Look into this. Okay, so we've got the drone swarms, the ship jammed in the Suez, the absolutely deadly, unprecedented coronavirus, which every story on it changes. I'm not on here. I'm not saying not to wear masks or not getting vaccinated or any of that other crap. I'm just asking about the general parts of the story. And are we even allowed to talk about it? Man, I look weird. Yeah. So, that story didn't have any legs on it. Chair of the chemistry and biological department. Chinese military officer. So they were definitely looking to get some high tech out of Harvard somehow. Of course, they can't do anything without the help of the Chinese students anyway, because they're awesome. But they study like hell. That must be said. Here's a link to NPR on this. Okay. And what else? And then there's a lot of stories on that. I think as far as the First Amendment or any kind of discussion of anything, it's getting a little bit out of hand in this country. Can't really say anything. You too. Have a good one as well, Ofan. Okay, so um, I don't think anybody knows about that. I don't know what's the standard. I don't even know the standard reply about the existence of this virus. The standard story. Certainly, if it was an attack or even not, the trillions and trillions of dollars spent on defense and whatnot have utterly failed to protect the America from the coronavirus. And am I an enemy of the people for saying that? I don't know. Enough. I hope I don't get banned. Okay, so drone swarm, ship jammed. The suspicions, shall we say, behind the coronavirus, CV19, now with its many variants. I know people from India, and they said they were really working hard. Okay, take care, Disquarius Green. You're the best. Have a good day. Oferaran. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. Find out some more controversial shit for me, please. Moving right along. And I also didn't do any Infowars type of talk on it. So I'm just wondering what became of that story. I heard it from Maria Barcelona on Channel 25. Okay. Now, by the way, there's a second winter here in the East. And in California, they're dealing with a massive drought. Talking about food shortages and gas prices are going through the roof. Let's go to the next part two. Is America under some kind of sophisticated attack with different sabotages? The chip shortage is also another thing that's hitting the markets. Warren Buffett says don't worry about it. Some people think the stock market's overvalued. I don't know. Now, the next part is all right, the rocket was falling to Earth. That went okay. Fell harmlessly into the Indian Ocean. Oh, of course. The cyber attack on the pipeline. U.S. cyber of the pipeline is a wake-up call. So it's said to be the the Dark Shadow Group. It is supposedly a work of a shadowy group of hackers and not a nationalized intelligence agency attack. The dark side. Our goal is to make money and not creating problems for society. Looks like it's right out of Mr. Robot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big cyber attack on a fuel line. Major fuel company. Getting this story right in here for you, MF. Colonial Pipeline that services 45% of the energy to the Northeast under a major ransomware cyber attack, so they say. Definitely, if you've seen the interesting show on Amazon Prime, I gotta get energy for this. Be right with you. Check out that story. All right. Can't see anything. Look like Bill Belichick. Yeah, huge cyber attack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got my Elon Musk Tony Stark shades on. There's a guy named Tony Stark something who commented on my strange Kabbalah stuff. He's sort of an internet legend. He goes into a lot of stuff. So, very similar to not Doc Robot, F Society on Mr. Robot. Mr. Biden said the U.S. government was concerned about this aspect of the cyber attacks. We're prepared to take additional steps. So these guys want money. Impact on fuel prices. So fuel prices are already messed up. And now we've got this. Colonial Pipeline System. So it's starting in Linden, New Jersey, down to Greensboro, Charlotte, Atlanta, all the way down to Houston, Texas. All down almost all the entire eastern seaboard. There's also very strange cold weather here. I'll try a different pair. How about these? Yeah, that's a little cooler, more form-fitting. I am evil. I am evil. I'm not evil. I'm a good man. I'm working with you. We're 38 minutes into this same strange show. Is the U.S. under attack? Again, following up again, we've had the drone swarm on the destroyers on the west coast of the United States. We have the jammed oil tanker in the Suez Canal, costing billions, maybe more, showing how supply lines can be jammed. We have the chip shortage, which is incidental. We have reports of bad crops. Very strange weather in the Northeast. It's called the second winter now. There's just this cold front that won't go away. We've got talks of a drought in the West Coast, and again, the fires won't quit. Every time they come, they're huger. Natural or man-induced climate change talk. Did you get that story, MF, my friend? Colonial Pipeline Systems attacked. Your network has been locked. You need to pay $2 billion now or $4 billion, doubling. After payment, we provide you with the universal decryptor for all network. So trillions of dollars from the NSA, they can't come on and catch these guys and fucking bust them. The gang develops the software used to encrypt and steal data from companies. On the flip side, there recently was a significant cyber attack in an Iranian nuclear facility. Digital Shadows, I guess that's some think outfit. James Chappell thinks the Colonial attack was helped by the coronavirus pandemic, with more engineers remotely accessing control systems for the pipeline from home. Working from home? They say it's likely to be a Russian-speaking country. Oh. So you ever notice, so the so-called legacy or establishment media, they always think it's the Russians, and the more conservative news outlets kind of think it's the Chinese, right? Typically. I've got 2 thumbs up. Always controversial. We continue. on the critical pipeline. It's always a wake-up call, isn't it? Yeah. Finally, last but not least, the Taiwan situation. The cyber attack on the pipeline. So this will add tension. Now the CNN, NBC, let's face it, they are being accused, as I thought. So that's more tension. U.S. formally links Russia to massive cyber attack. That was June 5th. Now, criminal group originating from Russia. Well, we need Vin Diesel. Russian criminal group suspected in Colonial Pipeline ransomware. So as I thought, they're more saying that it's Russia. So, all right, the hip news. NBC and CNN, Russian criminal group. So they're saying it's them. Emergency order. Biden's going to do something about it. Can't have that. Well, he did say that he was going to run a cyber attack on Russia. I'm just saying. I love Google, by the way, and I love YouTube. I'm just saying, you guys. He did threaten, so maybe this group is a double, triple cutoff group from the Russian security forces, and they've beat us to it. So just saying, now the Central Intelligence Agency is extremely open-minded and fair, and they have woke people working there now. No more crusty wasp out of Yale and Harvard. And guys out of the Madman television show. Very regular, tough, privileged guys. There's incredible diversity over there. They can handle this. Believe me. But it looks like the dark side group has got the one up on us so far. So in the cyber war that Russia won, America's zero. No, I don't know. Okay. Taiwan cyber attack. And lastly but leastly, Taiwan. Chinese military preparing for U.S. intervention in Taiwan Strait. Taiwan will fight to the very last day if China attacks. That's April 8th. Taiwan says China seems to be preparing for final military assault. Top U.S. commander fears Chinese invasion in Taiwan is next. China prepares for possible invasion in Taiwan. Does China still claim? Both the ROC and the PNC still officially constitutionally claim mainland China and the Taiwan area as part of their respective territories. In reality, the PRC rules only mainland China and has no control of, but claims Taiwan as part of its territory in its One China principle. Once called Formosa, is China preparing for war over with Taiwan? Hopefully just a lot of talk, but that's the final paranoid thing. Anybody out there? What do you guys think? The idea of having a war with China is, of course, ridiculous because they build everything. Taiwan can win a war with China. This is Foreign Policy Magazine, September 25th. That's 2018. All these think tank magazines are absolutely full of shit. And if you notice, the Economist magazine and all the American media, what do they want? They always want war! Admit it. Is there a secret war going on? What's up? Catch us up for those who have tuned in. Hi, how you doing? Walid Bogalia. That's a cool name. Well, we're going over the idea if there's some type of secret sabotage or attack on the United States going on, leading off with a story that information was released on in mid-March about drones swarming U.S. destroyers in California, the West Coast. And that story's been around, and it's not Alex Jones or any of that stuff. It's Forbes, it's this, it's that, it's NBC. So those are what you'd call acceptable forms of media. And then after that, we went into the ship jammed in the Suez. Was it just an accident? I'm not convinced on that, but it has been dilly-dallied around. There's no formal stories, but it cost millions and very strange. And not me, but freaking Tucker Carlson brought it up one night. After the Suez jam, there's the Wuhan coronavirus that's been one of the hugest events in world history for centuries. Big problem. Said to be over 900,000 deaths in the United States. There's only talk about dealing with it in safety. There's been no real explanation for its origins at all, what it is. In my opinion, the information about it is pretty sketchy. Did Marvelous Marvin Hagler take the vaccine? We don't know. It's denied. I'm not saying he did or didn't, so please, YouTube, don't delete my awesome video. Next, after that, that wouldn't even be a soft war thing. There's, of course, a propaganda war, that of the investment class and the peon class. Who stands to benefit as such? Vaccine makers, proponents of the Malthusian, the neo-Malthusianism, population control. I don't know. I've actually heard some people say that the guys who run everything want more people. They want big mega people power. Kind of like the bad guy in Blade Runner 2041, played by Jared Leto. He's like, I need more people, power to build ships and do what I want to do. Whatever. I didn't know if he said ships. I don't know. I was just talking about that. Do they need to whack people or not? Next after that is the pipeline, which more and more is they're pointing at Russia from stories I've just checked out. It's the dark. I've already forgot the name of the cyber attack group. The cyber attack group suspiciously sounds a lot like F Society. The dark source. Cyber attack. Pipeline. It is ransomware. Colonial Pipeline attacked by a criminal gang called Darkside. First they wanted 2 billion, then they want 4 billion. There's always a balance of power, or at least equally measurable lives and sabotage. So you're saying they do a balance of power thing, but there's always something going on in this sabotage. But it seems to be. I mean, technically, there's two ways of thinking about this. If you're not a news person, if you're not a news follower, and not a system worshiper, a system devotee, one is there's a country that you're against. I'm seeing more the political right of the U.S. is sort of aggressive with China and maybe aggressive with Russia or more neutral to Russia. And the left is very, very ultra aggressive against Russia and more or less neutral and friendly with China. Technically, is it against the law to say this? You know, but what's annoying me more and more is that we cannot speak as adults in the society anymore. So if I've said something to offend somebody, Chinese people are. I mean, I don't even think the U.S. can operate with technically without the brainy people from India or China. Now we are locked in together. Okay, globalization, like it or not, right? But therefore, we should be able to be critical of the home countries because people here. I mean, millions upon millions of Americans went to war with the old country. And we had a lot of Germans Americans and Japanese Americans and Italian Americans who served World War II. I can speak freely. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? If you say so. Thank you, new visitor to the Stosh channel. How paranoid is to bring up this thesis? I mean, is there some kind of attack? Or is the main attack the political forces within the West itself just going at each other? You believe you can speak through. Okay. I hope so. Thank you, WB. What's your thoughts on this generalized idea that the U.S. is under some kind of sabotage thing? What's going on? Or is it just normal malfunctions? Or is the story is that as it says? They want the ransomware. They are cut off group. Okay, I'll buy that. Paranoid stemming from our miserable lives. Yeah, yeah. No, that's part of the sell of news, right? That's part of the allure of news. Oh, well, there's a lot of depression and the glass is half empty and this and that, but that doesn't mean that there generally isn't a plan to mess with people, right? I don't know. Paranoid stemming from miserable life. I don't think anybody. How do you mean? Nobody knows the real thing behind the coronavirus. And they say these other things are nothing, but they're kind of alluded there's some strange problem with the drones. But then they talked about they have a range of emotions they make us go through. All right. Whatever happened to yellow alert, orange alert, red alert? Remember that? Remember that one? Why the fuck didn't they give us red alert for the coronavirus? You know what I'm saying? Remember that? It's orange alert. Nobody knew what to do. Anyway, we're on fucking red alert. I don't know. All right, let me know what people think of this impromptu thing. Make us jump to hopes that they can't tell us anything. The information is forthcoming more or less, of the real story, a long period after. I mean, we've pieced together a lot about World War II, the whole thing, no. But it's, if you search, you've got the general picture. Some of it not so flattering. It's been discussed that they knew about Pearl Harbor ahead of time. It's been discussed that the Gulf of Tonkin was a complete fake. And remember the Maine? Even discussions of the Lusitania in World War I bring things into question. Damn it. WB seems like a sharp guy. Hope you join me for another thing. I hope you enjoyed the topic. I sort of see what you're saying. I mean, it's a generalized thing. How can it be forthcoming? And then you're saying, what is COVID-19 about? Either you're in the know or no. How do you mean? How can it be forthcoming? And then saying, what is COVID-19 about? You either know or you don't know. I don't think people really know what it is. I don't think they know what it is. And they're talking about variants and, the ultimate real goal. We can speculate that it could be population control. It did happen during a time of intense business negotiations, but people who, I mean, a lot is perception, right? People will bend it literally into what they want. All right. Well, give me the comments and the thing, what you're getting at. I hear you. I don't know what part you were saying. Did I fuck it up? How can it be forthcoming and then saying, what is COVID-19 about? Either you're in the know or no. I said what I thought the story was. You have to go back to the Harvard professor connection with the two Chinese nationals. Probably that has more to do with it than they want to admit. That could be huge. Money to be made. Oh, okay. The deep state. Isn't that weird? Have you heard, Waleed, that John Brennan, formerly the CIA director, he's become Muslim? I don't know what's up with that. Let me get back to that on the. If you don't work there, how can you know anything other than a conjecture? At the CIA. I don't think you have to work there to get the general idea that they're all pretty much the same people. The media, the intelligence services, the investment people, they all, in a general sense, walk the same pattern. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you, I don't think it's fair that you don't have to be an insider to know what their very generalized things are. They're for modernity. They're for globalization. They're for centralization. And they state what they simply are for. I mean, how they do it, every secret operation, of course, I agree with you. We don't, that's, and even those things, they talk about them years later. They do. And they kind of discuss them at the John F. Kennedy School of Government. Whoever is the most confidential to state interest. Who's not even close. We'll have to go in there. I'm going to be doing one on a book about Dr. John Dee, and I'll be talking about that kind of stuff. About angels. Who's not insightful? Probably me. Sorry, man. Gonna be going into my Dr. John Dee thing, talking about that type of thing. The Abrahamic religions. And angels and demons and stuff. Hopefully, I didn't bum you out, Waleed, and you thought this was interesting. Not nowhere near as much as the Torah and the New Testament, of course. No, so I am not well versed in the Quran, but quotes come up occasionally. But I haven't read it straight out. I must confess, I have not read it in English, my brother. Thanks, my friend. Well, Waleed, we'll get back to you. We'll have to do. I did do the pre Islamic times of Persia and Zoroastrianism in one of my a popular book review. I'll put in the liner notes, so I hope you could check that out. Would love to talk to you, my friend, another time about that stuff, and I'm going to be going into that. Hopefully, this sort of paranoid thing about is there sabotage going on in the United States, I hope some people give their insights on this and check it out. I'm more than willing to have all my paranoia dismissed. Paranoia dismissed, my friends. Check you later, Waleed. Great talking to you. Great talking to everybody. God bless everybody. And assalamu alaikum. And ciao. Peace out. God bless everyone. Talk to everybody soon. Ciao.